Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Token Post interview. Today we have invited Vince Yang from Ticket Link, which is truly focused on multi-chain aggregated layer 3 role infrastructure. Hi.
Thank you, David. Hi, everyone. This is Vince, co-founder and CEO at ZK-Link. We are building the pioneering aggregated rollup solution based on zero-knowledge proof technology. Our mission is to unify layer 1 blockchains and layer 2 rollups and bring all liquidities together to solve the fragmentation problem of user experience and technology.
Okay. Honestly, the first question is to ask you who you are and what is your project, but you already answered.
I already said
the first one. Yeah. Okay. So let's move to the second question. I just wondered that what motivated you to develop this project, and what is the core mission that Link aims to address in the blockchain ecosystem?
We started in the year 2021, and when we started, the scaling solutions were already a big topic of the industry. There were the sidechains of Ethereum, there were the Plasma state channel, and also the early projects working on rollup solutions like zkSync and Stackware. And we see that there were a lot of new layer 1 blockchain and layer 2 rollups that's going to be popular. And the major driving factor behind that is because the Bitcoin chain is not a smart contract platform, and the major smart contract platform, Ethereum Mainnet, was super slow, super expensive, super user unfriendly during the DeFi summer in 2020. So people were building new solutions trying to solve the scalability issue of Ethereum, the largest smart contract platform. So we envisioned that there's going to be a lot of layer 1 new chains and layer 2 rollup solutions to scale Ethereum. And then there needs to be interoperability solutions to unify liquidities to provide connection and better user experience among different layer 1 blockchains and the emerging rollup solutions. And 3 years now, we have come to the reality that there are hundreds of layer 1 blockchains getting popular and thousands of rollups being built every day. Increasing number of rollups is leading to a more severe problem of fragmentation of user experience. The more layer 1 blockchains and layer 2 rollups there are on the market, the harder it is for users to really understand the technology, to understand the different the different kind of tools and applications onto those different blockchains. And this leads to a pressing issue also on the liquidity, because the total amount of liquidity at a certain time is rather like fixed amount of funds available, right? For example, on Ethereum, you have 400 billion, something like that. And if you have 200 rollups, then on each of these rollups, you could, by average, you have like 2 billion, something like that. But if you have 1,000 rollups, there's going to be even less average liquidity available for the users. And reduced liquidity, fragmented liquidity means the degradation of trading experience. That is the problem that we want to solve for the users. And users are not here for the technology. Users are here for the product features. They want to use the product. They don't really want to understand the different technology of 10, 20 different blockchains. They really want to just to use the applications that's going to meet their diverse demands. That is why we need abstraction of this kind of technology complexities and also interconnection among different blockchains when users need to use one application on chain A and then they have another needs on blockchain B and for another application. They need to have like seamless, intuitive, and accessible, interoperable solution to access to different blockchains and applications. And also it is very important to provide them with the best liquidity possible to be able to match the user experience that the decentralized platforms are offering. yeah, this is our vision and our mission to solve the problem of fragmentation of liquidity and abstraction of the complexities of different blockchains to offer unified access, unified platform for application builders and end users to be able to onboard a lot of users onto smart contract platform for decentralized applications.
Wow, thank you for sharing the overall description of your project. Yeah. So next question is more detailed in relate to you guys the product side. So let's talk about the zk-Link flagship products. First, the multi-chain application specific scaling engine zk-Link X, which was launched in 2021.
Correct.
Yeah. What are the key features and the use cases of zk-Link X?
zk-Link is started in 2021, and it is a high performance scaling engine for specific applications like order book DEX. And we have successfully launched the product in the year 2022, and we have a few customers using the solutions right now. Typically, it is the scaling engine behind the order book DEX that users will not feel the existence of the zk-Link's platform because they will be using the order book DEX. But everything related to the user funds operations, the order match of the trades happens on the order book are all carried out by the scaling engine. And this scaling engine is built with zero-knowledge proof technology. It means that all the user funds are protected by validity proof, and these orders are matched through the constraints and will be proved by zero-knowledge proof. And the benefits for doing this is one, the funds is secure and every transaction is protected and validated by mathematics, by the proof. And number two is that by moving the transactions from on-chain to off-chain, and you'll be able to process a lot more orders. Also, the throughput and the performance of the product can be higher compared with on-chain solutions. This is because for zero-knowledge proof system, it typically works like you can batch thousands of transactions together and build a block and generate a proof and post these results that contains the compressed information of this batch of transaction and do just one time of verification on-chain. So it saves cost. And at the same time, also you can process a larger amount of transactions within one block, which is not limited to the on-chain block space and resources. And for zk-Link X, it is also very important to note that it is based on a multi-chain architecture. So zk-Link X gave the order book DEXs native access to the liquidities and the funds and assets from different layer 1 and the layer 2 blockchains. To give you an example, zk.com, our first customer, are successfully integrated with more than 15 different layer 1 blockchains and 10 plus different layer 2 rollups. It means that the users will be able to directly to deposit their assets from these different 20 to 25 different layer 1 and layer 2 blockchains to the product and the trade with the assets from each one from these 20 different blockchains. More specifically, you can use your funds on Ethereum to buy tokens from Solana. You can use your tokens from Arbitrum to buy tokens from BNB chain. You could also possibly use your funds from Polygon to buy a new token from Base, because the infrastructure underlying gives these direct access to these funds from different blockchains and help all the transactions to settle onto the different blockchains. So it is meant for high performance order book trading. At the same time, it gives access to native funds and trading opportunities from different ecosystems. And this scaling solution right now is, I think in terms of the cost, it also has significant benefits compared with some layer 1 blockchains. For example, if you settle one trade on Ethereum, or if you build our typical order book exchange on one of the layer 2s, this is probably maybe 0.5 or 0.1 US dollar per transaction, but with the ZK-Link layer 3 infra solution and also the modular architecture, you could customize the DA components, you could customize the runtime and also the settlement layer. So you could go, there's flexibility for this order book exchange product, the teams to choose to further optimize the cost of the operation of the system. So it can bring the total cost down to 0.01 US dollar per transaction. And this is ultimately beneficial for the end users and for the trader experience.
Mm-hmm.
This is the product that we have built in 2021 to 2023.
Okay, cool. You just slightly mentioned the Web3 solution among third question. So next question is related to the ZK-Link Nova. So and I also heard that in March 11, 2024, ZK-Link Nova's public mainnet went live. So supporting supporting mainnet were like Ethereum and the Arbitrum. You already mentioned the Linea and Mantle, right? So could you more specific introduce what is ZK-Link Nova and what are the standout feature of unique differentiators compared to the other layer 3 solutions?
ZK-Link Nova went on mainnet in March this year, as I just mentioned. It is the first layer 3 ZK EVM network based on ZK Stack that went live. So compared with ZK-Link solution, the major difference that is ZK EVM, so it's EVM compatible, universal, open source smart contract platform that for the developers. So any developer can permissionlessly build any types of application on ZK-Link Nova using Solidity programming language. And number two is it is aggregator of the Ethereum layer 2 rollups. Compared with other layer 3 rollups, I think this is the major differentiator. So ZK-Link Nova is a layer 3 on top of many different layer 2s. ZK-Link is a multi-chain infrastructure, right? So we're building solutions to connect the different blockchains. ZK-Link Nova right now is integrated with 9 different layer 2s, including Linea, ZK-Sync, Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, etc. And it has also successfully attracted a lot of funds. I think up to today, there's about 800 million US dollars total value bridged from the Ethereum layer 1 and other layer 2s to ZK-Link Nova. And there are more than 30 different applications that already went live on this chain, on the platform. And about 500,000 of users addresses are already engaged. So there's been a very good traction, and this is still growing very fast. It, just like you said, it is by far the largest layer 3, and I think it's also a unique layer 3 compared with other layer 3s, because often when people talk about layer 3s, it's like an application specific approach. So you have an application that you want to have the full sovereignty over the resources of one blockchain, meaning that you want to run a blockchain just for one application. So you have the full bandwidth of this blockchain serving these purposes of this one application. Typically, you have like XAI for AI application. You have some gaming layer 3. Also, you have some other social layer 3 or trading layer 3. But ZK-Link Nova adopts a different approach. It's a universal purpose platform. The major value proposition of ZK-Link Nova is to aggregate and unify liquidities of Ethereum ecosystem. Because as I explained in the beginning, that we are seeing that a lot of layer 2s on Ethereum are causing fragmentation of Ethereum ETH and stablecoin liquidity fragmentation. And we want to aggregate all these liquidities onto the same layer 3 where builders can benefit. They can deploy the dApps and the users can benefit by being able to trade with a higher capital utilization rates, higher capital efficiency. At the same time, more trading opportunities with different assets from different ecosystem without having to bridge very often from one to other, which is costly and risky.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, this question is related to the ecosystem growth and the achievement. So, and I want to more emphasize more about the achievement this day. ZK Link Nova has achieved a peak TVL of over $800 million and establishing itself as the largest L3 network by TVL and TVB, right? And it has also processed about 6 million transactions and engaged more than 540K unique wallet addresses. So what do you think is that the key factor that enabled this ecosystem growth really rapidly?
I think this showcased a strong demand from the market that aggregation layer or aggregated rollup solution is needed in the market. Like application builders are really excited for this solution because they are facing this real problem on daily basis. They are trying to solve this problem. For example, we're working with one of the lending protocols. Probably, I think you know, it's called the Layer Bank. They were deployed on multiple layer twos already before, on Manta, I think on Mode and other layer twos. And each time they have to deploy to this different ecosystem to tap to the assets. Because for lending protocol, typically you have to have a lot of assets and also demands for the assets on the specific blockchain, right? Manta, you probably the most demanded assets is ETH stables and a Manta token, or and a few blue chips on Manta, and it's the same for other layer twos. But ZK-Link offers a solution to solve the problem for them. Instead of deploying 20 times on 20 different layer twos, they can just deploy once on ZK-Link, and we provide them access to the liquidities and assets from the underlying 20 different layer twos. So we save the cost, development cost, and also we save them the efforts to have to negotiate and or deploy and develop onto different blockchains. And also at the same time, all users also excited for this solution because now you don't really have to like understand and learn many different blockchains. Now they have a unified access to different ecosystem on the line. The complexity is abstracted for them. And I think this value proposition is very important. That of why ZK Nova could grow so fast since the launch. It's less than 2 months. We have reached these incredible milestones. It's actually very difficult to have to see this kind of growth. It's amazing. We could not have done this with the support from the developer community and also from the users and our community members. We believe that there's a strong demand still in the markets, but we have to educate the market, continue to promote the solution, and continue to do more developer onboarding facilitation work. For example, the developer documentations, and also we plan to do more hackathons, hacker house, and this will help the developer community to better understand the technology, the platform, as well as the branding of ZK-Link. And we also will help these applications to grow, to attract and acquire more users. And we are seeing a few new types of application that came to us. We're in conversation with these teams. They are proposing interesting ideas to build new types of applications using leveraging aggregated assets and the liquidity to offer users some sort of like a new user experience and product features. We believe these types of innovations would be very interesting, and it is fundamental driving factor of the growth of the ecosystem. And of course, we are running marketing campaigns, and we have to run these marketing campaigns to help ZK-Link to grow among the retail user communities, because a lot of times people will be very excited about the opportunities to make some money, right? So in this emerging new ecosystems, and the ZK-Link Nova is also offering this opportunity to users as we're running aggregation parade to showcase at the same time the concepts, the thesis of aggregation, and at the same time to offer opportunities to users to earn some rewards through the participation in the early stage. So users can join this campaign and play with the different apps. They bridge a little bit of funds over from different blockchains, and they play with the different apps. They understand the concepts understand the abstraction, understand the benefits of aggregation and capital efficiency, utilization rate improvements. At the same time, they get a reward. I think it's a win-win-win situation for the application builders, for ZK-Link Nova ecosystem, and for the users.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you for your reply. And as you know that the one of the real important part that to determine success of the project is the investment side, right? So ZK-Link was able to attract $23.5 million in investment through the major investments such as Solana Ventures and Who Ventures and Polygon Ventures. So what do you think was the reason for receiving this big support from investments?
And I think we have really got some incredible support and strong backers, industry leaders like Coinbase Ventures, Arlington Capital, and Crypto.com, OKX Ventures. From these different investors, we have got a strong support of their networking, their resources, and also the advices on our product roadmap and the developments. We are very grateful for all the supports and we have got from our investors. I think the reason why we were able to raise funds from these industry leaders, these reputable VCs and the exchange platforms is that number one, zero-knowledge proof were very popular in the past few years. When we started in 2021, the ZK-Link team is one of the early teams working on zero-knowledge proof technology. This technology was not super popular in 2021. I think there were, to my knowledge, less than 20 teams globally that were working on the solution related to the ZKP tech. And in 2022, starting 2022 and 2023, most of VCs are talking about the ZK. Most of VCs are learning how ZK works, learning about the concepts. So we were in a good position to talk to different VCs to do the pitch, and people are very interested in learning what we're doing. So it was pretty easy for us to get in contact with these top tier VCs. Number three, I think it is because that we have showcased our capability of delivering products. We started in 2021 beginning of Q2, and we delivered the prototype of testnet in Q3. About 3 months later, delivered the first version of our prototype, and we reached the seats. Well, there were a lot of coding done in 3 months of time, and then we continued to iterate to try to find the best product market fits. Because although ZK tech was kind of rocket science, no longer rocket science anymore. It was kind of like high tech in the blockchain industry in 2021. We still want to be able to build a product or solution that users that are really needed by developers and users. So we have iterated several times, right? So in 2022, we developed a beta version, a new version of our second version of our testnet, which is the prototype of the ZK-Link Access solution. And then we started to raise the private round. So the story with the fundraise is basically the story how we developed the product. So you see that we're a team really very focused on the product side, very focused on shipments of the concepts and the designs. We have done a lot of coding. I think the amount of engineering work we have done is crazy. If you take a look, if you take a look into our GitHub repos, you would immediately realize, okay, this team is not here just for talking, and we are a team more capable of building the products. Relatively speaking, to build a narrative. That's we have recognized that we're not super competitive in terms of storytelling, but we are really competitive in terms of product shipping, because we have already successfully shipped 2 solution platforms that is live on mainnet, is working, people can already use, and each of them is actually very complicated. for ZK-Link X, you have crazy amount of work related to the zero-knowledge circuits, low-level language. And for ZK-Link Nova, we shipped it within 2 months' time, the mainnet, studying, and we now are the largest layer 3. I think we're miles away ahead of the competition compared with other layer 3. When people are still talking about the concepts, probably a lot of these layer 3s are still like in the stage of their conceptual design, and also engineering developments, maybe testnet, alpha, mainnet. But we're now on mainnet, and we already have a lot of users and the products available. So this has Trust Calculator has showcased our determination, our commitment, and our capability to deliver products. This also gives positive feedbacks to our investors, so they are willing to continue to support us. And also we are receiving new interest, of course, from markets, as the ZK-Link Nova ecosystem recently is growing very fast. Even when you have this kind of positive growth, it's hard for the market and not to see you, right, as a major player in this sector. I think ZK-Link's mission and vision right now is to be the major player and one of the leading players in the layer 3 sector, because we are very bullish in the layer 3 sector in general. I think it's layer 3s are not only needed for high performance applications that wants full sovereignty over all the resources of one blockchain, which resonates to the thesis of application specific chains, app chains, app rollups, layer 3s. But also we see that there's also opportunity to build new things with the specific features enabled by layer 3s. For general purpose layer 2s, sometimes, or even up to today, we do not see any layer 2 that has enabled privacy preserving feature. But on the layer 3, you could enable the privacy feature, or so it is not only about the scalability. People discuss layer 3s most of the time thinking it is mostly like a scalability and cheaper transactions, but there are also other possibilities that will be brought by layer 3s, like privacy, like some applications will go vertical in terms of scalability, or to serve some specific kind of application like gaming or social or DeFi, but also you could use layer 3s to build some other use cases. Yeah, so going back to your question, I think our focus on product shipments and our focus on building different products has helped us to gain the trust and the support from a lot of our investors.
Okay, so what are the next steps for ZK-Link? So what milestones or achievement aiming for this year?
A lot of things is happening this year, and the market is super active and competitive. On the roadmap, a few milestones that we have planned is number one, continue to build out the ZK-Link Nova infrastructure for all the developer tooling. For example, account abstraction, which is needed for some applications. And number two is the decentralization of the network, which is I think it is still a long way to go for the industry as a whole. As for the rollup space, decentralization of the sequencers, decentralization of the provers. Of course, we have not launched a token yet. I think it is very important for us to do the TGE to support the long-term decentralization and the governance for the governance of the development of the protocol. And after that, ZK-Link will continue to work on the optimization and the efficiency improvement of the network, which means bring down the cost of operation of the system by potentially adopting new proof systems, adding new features, ZK-Link Nova is based on ZK Stack Tech, and the ZK Stack Tech is not a fully EVM compatible at the moment. I think it is. They will iterate, and we will continue to also iterate with the development of ZK Stack to be more EVM compatible, which means to be more developer friendly, and also optimization on certain components like data availability. There's modular DA solutions quickly emerging on the markets like Celestia, EigenDA, Polygon Avio. All these different solutions are available for ZK-Link Nova and the ZK-Link X solutions. And we will follow the industry advancements and integrate with the most appropriate solution for our application builders and the users. And of course, very importantly, we will spend a lot of our resources on the ecosystem building, right? Which means, as I just mentioned, the hackathons, hack house, and developer grants to onboard and developers and promote innovations to build actual products that people will really like and people will use.
Cool. So, yeah. Lastly, if you have any message you'd like to convey to the Web3 and cryptocurrency community, just please share that.
Yeah, I think this is very interesting timing of the market right now, because as Bitcoin and Ethereum, the price is not particularly going very strong recently, but it's still relatively at very high level. If you look, if you compare it with the historical data, and people are very bullish on for the coming quarters of the market. And I think as a builder, we will still continue to focus on building the product, building the platform, building the ecosystem. And as a user, I think there's a lot of interesting things happening in the industry, right? Bitcoin, layer 2's Bitcoin liquidities were released by some Bitcoin restaking solutions. And in the Ethereum ecosystem, in the rollup space, innovation is happening every day. And also there's a CDFI, like Ethena, like a new stablecoin solutions. And also there's also new layer 1 solutions that's becoming very successful, like Solana. And the meme coins, of course, is again very active, and it's culturally speaking very interesting for me to know how those meme coins were able to get attention of so many users outside the crypto industry. They have become the major kind of crypto use case for people outside the crypto industry, and they have been very successful. I think more successful than the traditional crypto use cases like DeFi or NFT. I don't know, but there are a lot of innovations, and the space is growing, and the builders are building nonstop, day and night. I'm very curious to know how the crypto space will look like in next year, and we will hope that this ZK-Link will be able to contribute to the growth of the whole industry. We'll be able to help to onboard more users and bring more people to the industry. And yeah, it's just my personal motivation is that on ZK-Link Nova, where we see some of the applications, or just maybe even just one application, that is really super innovative and original, that will successfully get a lot of users, and a lot of people will like the product that's built on ZK-Link Nova and on ZK-Link X.
Cool, thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Vince Yang. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. That was Vince Yang from ZK-Link. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Mm-hmm.